Well, hello, friends, and happy Thursday to you. Can you believe close to the end of the week? I know I said that yesterday. I think I said that Tuesday too, but this is very different because today is Thursday, which means let's give you a quick market update. And you know what? I wish I could tell you more about the market, but there's just not that much to tell you. Today, the Dow closed up 37 points. The Nasdaq closed down just shy of 1 point. But the big news of the day is unemployment. We saw unemployment reached 22 million. Well, unfortunately, last week, shed another 4 million of us are now unemployed, out of work. Really, really dire situation. In fact, here in California, we have some of the steepest numbers of any of the states in the United States. And there's been a lot of news. You may have heard one of the big pieces of news that we're waiting for, hopefully later today, is that next round of funding of the payroll protection program for small business owners across the nation. But most importantly, the SBA also released their new announcement that they really want to encourage those companies who are publicly traded to refrain from applying for small business loans. Because, of course, when you're publicly traded, you can sell securities and raise capital, which a lot of small business owners can't really do. So let's just make sure it's fair. We've seen the likes of Shake Shack and we've seen Ruth Chris today give back their money. Ruth Chris, I feel like you could have done it a little sooner. But nonetheless, as Mark Cuban says, this will probably impact their brand. So hopefully, the next round, people will be a little bit wiser and a little smarter and a little safer. On other news, Gilead unfortunately gave us some news that we're a little disappointed to hear, in that one of their drugs, which we were hoping would help with our coronavirus victims and patients, didn't give them the results that they were really hoping for. So then we found that as soon as the coronavirus hit the bloodstream, then unfortunately the drug that they were considering really didn't do as much as they we're hoping for. So on other news, tomorrow, what we're going to look forward to tomorrow, we're going to look to see Verizon is going to be reporting earnings. So we'll see how that goes. But you know what? Today is not just about that. Today, the reason why I'm so excited to be here with all of you is for another reason. And I think many of you joining me today are here for the same reason. This man, in my mind, needs no introduction. For some of you, you may not know who he is. Well, we're going to change that pretty quick. I want to introduce you to my longtime friend, someone I just absolutely adore, one of the best human beings ever. And he's only eclipsed by his talent, by the way. The one and only Anko Tran. Hello, An. How are you?
Good. How are you, Winnie? How you doing?
Well, I'm doing great because you're finally here. Okay, now I'm going to tell you, because we're all friends here, I'm going to embarrass On just a little bit.
I know all the stuff you say. I'm just
Okay,
embarrassing.
this man is so talented and so incredible. But, and there is a but here, my friends, for the last 4 years, I feel like, maybe 5 years, maybe longer, I have been begging, pleading, asking in the nicest way possible, can we please film together? Because you're genius. We need to do this. It'll be so much fun. I mean, Marie Forleo gets to do stuff with her stylist. But on just never had the time. And I'll tell you why, though. I mean, we need to put this up real quick. Curtis, if you have this, put this up for us. I want you to see what On's Instagram page looks like. Now, this might take a second or two, but I just want to embarrass him a little bit. He's not going to say anything because he's really, really humble. But this guy has the client Rolodex that puts the rest of us to shame, to absolute shame. I mean, he cuts people like Anne Hathaway, Julianne Moore, Song of Style, you see Gwyneth Paltrow. It's like the list just goes on and on. And not only that, he also cuts just like regular people like me, which is, let me tell you, is such a gift. But look at his art. I mean, there's some days where the financial market's a little bit stressful sometimes. And at the end of the day, when my kids are about to go to sleep, I just scroll through his Instagram page. I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. And if you see the before and the after, yeah. But I will tell you, and I will say this, and I warn this of all my girlfriends that go, they always say, oh my goodness, Winnie, you need to introduce me to On. I'm like, I'll be happy to introduce you to On. But I will warn you, and I'm warning you now, those of you who are watching, you can't go to On one time. That is the truth. Once you go to On, all right, how should we explain this, On? How should we explain you? It's almost like, do you remember the first time you ever had pancakes? Probably not.
Yeah,
You do.
I
Okay.
love
You
pancakes.
remember. You love pancakes, right?
Oh
The
yeah.
first time you have pancakes, you're like, okay, so it looks really good. It's all fluffy, and I get to put this stuff on it. But I'm gonna be good, and I'm just gonna have one bite of pancake. Can you have one bite of pancake on? No,
No,
you
no, I'll
can't.
have the whole thing in the matter of minutes. So
Right. Well, see, you can afford to. I can't. But my point is that the problem with going to seeing On Right one time is you can't go one time. You will like your whole life will change. The sun gets brighter. You feel a little taller, and ladies, my friends, you drop like 20 pounds like that. And as my publicist said, you also drop about 15 years because you look so much younger and you can't go to anybody else. And here's the thing. On is such in demand that he is generally not even in the same city week after week, aside from right now. Right on, is that true?
as long as I stayed home, longest.
Longest you haven't been on an airplane, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now normally on what city would you normally be in, you think approximately right now?
I, we moved the schedule so much. I think it will be either. I think New York. I think we'll be in New York right now.
You'd be in
We
New York right now. And then coincidentally, I would have been in New York the week before, the week after, because the boats just go. We never
we never connect in that sense.
connect. Yeah, you know why I know that, my friends that are watching, and I see many of you joining us from all different channels. So amazing to see all of you, is because it just doesn't seem to work out that way. You know, because when you're going to be on television, you're just hoping you can have Uncle Trout, like he just left his salon, but it doesn't work out because sometimes it's just Murphy's Law. But on more,
Well, one day.
it will one day, even if I have to find out from his team like where he's gonna be and like be at that airport at that time. Gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. But in all seriousness, I mean, one of the challenges of doing TV 5 days a week and one of the challenges is like your hair gets really fried and then it's a lot of work, right? Because I don't have the skills that you and your team have. I mean, I don't even know how you do it. I don't know how you do like how many haircuts you do per day on average.
20 to 25 clients a day. Yeah. Yeah. I know, not now though, but
20,
yeah.
20. I see some people showing some crazy emojis right now, like 20 to 25. Okay, I will tell you, he's the other thing you're gonna love if you go and have him. If you're lucky enough to have him cut your haircut. I'm gonna rephrase that. If you're lucky enough to have him cut your haircut, I mean, cut your hair, cut your haircut, cut your hair. He is like the fastest stylist you will have ever met. Literally, like you sit down, they're so nice. You sit down, it smells good. There's like beautiful flowers everywhere. His team are they like just good people, like good energy all around. They give you the most amazing like shampoo and massage. And then you sit down, he does his thing. Wait, he comes, he says hello. He's like the nicest guy. He does his thing and you turn and you're done. And then it's like what just happened? And then all you know is you look in the mirror just slightly because he's so busy. You don't want to take too much time. You look in the mirror, like, whoa, I'm so happy. That's true, right?
So sweet. I'm praising you right now. You're so
This is true though. And I know this is true because I see a lot of people sit in your chair, leave your chair, walk out, and they're literally like, and then I talk to them once in a while, and then they're like, oh, and then actually one of my friends actually met you in New York City. I didn't get a chance to, and she said she met a woman who walked out and showed her the before picture, and obviously she saw what she's looked at, and she's like, I'm in awe that I could look like this.
Who is that, by the way? Who is that?
That my friend?
Yes.
Robin told me. Robin went there and she said she was sitting and then someone came out and then like that's what happened. I mean, it was incredible. And then okay, so a lot of people want to know how we became friends. So we'll answer that question right now. So how do we become friends? I think the story sort of sometimes we remember, and some I guess I should let you answer. How do we become friends?
we got introduced by oh my God, wait, is it from our CPA?
I think it's from our CPA. I think you're right.
Yeah, our CPA.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's just this time around, like the quarantine just made my memories just like, ugh.
It's okay.
I think it's from the CPA.
I think
know
it's from our CPA.
Yes,
and we had some funny conversations about our very funny CPA. But yes, I think he's very busy right now, but I think he was the reason we got connected. And I gotta tell you, to be completely honest, because I'm like not cool at all, I actually didn't quite know who Anko Tran was. I know. I feel like the only person in California who doesn't know this, but my longtime assistant, Rebecca, was like this with paperwork. We have a new client. I'm like, okay, cool. And then she's like, it's Uncle Tran. I'm like, okay, cool. And then she goes like, do you know who he is? I was like, no. I was like, but then remember, I'm the same person who no longer watches TV or movies except when I'm on, because I have 3 kids. I just don't have time for like cool pop culture stuff. So it's not a surprise that I don't know some of the people even that you cut hair for. And she's like, Winnie, I've been following him on Pinterest for like the last 5 years. He is the it stylist of the world. I was like, oh my goodness, are you serious? So then she's showing me your Instagram and all these Pinterest pictures. And at that point, I was just like, does this happen to you a lot, Anne? I feel like this happens to you a lot.
I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know. I just do hair. It's just, it's just,
that's kind of an understatement. That's like saying that. That's like saying that BMW builds Lego cars.
Yeah, I all this stuff. It's just funny to hear. Just because I don't know. I just do it, and then you're never a good. I'm just not a good person to like promote myself. So when I hear these things, I'm just like, yeah. I mean, I guess I see people like clients all the time. They're like, oh, I get to meet you and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, I'm like, yeah,
And they're so happy though. You're surrounded by so many happy people.
Well, I try, because I really want people to be happy with what they do, what they have and stuff like that. And especially with the haircut, if I can make them happy that day and during the time that they wear the hair, it makes me happy because I've done my job, and it's a second nature for me. So hair is second nature for me. So I see things like how you see numbers so easily. And then it's just, I don't know. It's one of those things that, sometimes I take it for granted because of what I do and stuff like that. And, and sometimes it's nice to hear from a client experience like you, how you came in and you get to experience that. And that just reminds me, I'm like, oh, I do because I actually make people happy and I make them love their hair and stuff like that. So it's a really good thing for me to hear this time to time. But at the end of the day, I just do hair and I love making people happy. So that all matters to me, no matter if you're a celebrity or you're an actress or you're this and that. It's just at the end of the day, we're all human, and it's like we all need the TLC that comes with the hair.
We do all need TLC, and you provide us a lot of TLC, and you make us really happy. I mean, this is one of the few investments I do for myself that gives me the most joy. And let me ask you this, because obviously asking you who your favorite client is just like asking me who my favorite child is. It would be completely unfair. So I'm not going to ask that of you. So I'm going to ask you instead, sort of what is your favorite type of haircut, if you will?
Well, so the type of favorite haircuts that I like to do is clients that comes in that allows me to do what I do best. So we get the consultation, we talk about like, this will look good on you. And then you have this amount of time to do your hair, all that stuff, taking into consideration. And you have kids and you have to cook and stuff like that. So the type of hair that I like to do is like clients that trust me and really believe in me. And then they'll be like, okay, cool. We can, collaborate really well. But it's hard when someone who doesn't really believe in you and stuff like that. It's just like you're just fighting against it. So I'm pretty sure it comes to like clients as well. Like any any kind of feels. But those are the type of haircuts I like. It's not necessarily a type one type of haircuts that I like to do all the time. It's the person that comes with it and that allows me to do things and trust me with it. And if they don't trust me, we need to talk about more about the consultation. Therefore, we both agree on the look, like the final look. So, just as long as we have a full understanding of what we're going to be doing, then I'm super happy. Everything is clear. So that's the type of haircuts I like to do.
Yeah, I think so. What I always recommend my friends, I said, before you go to on, I would just tell you one thing. What I would do is sit in his chair, just talk to him and look at him and just say, do whatever you think, because you will be so happy if that happens. And you'll be surprised, because so often, you need to let the chef cook. The chef knows food more than you do, right? And so that is absolutely it. Now, I want to share this with you. And actually, I want to talk about your new role, but before we do that, I want to share this really fun clip. You may have seen this already. Anderson Cooper recently talked about his skill as a hairstylist. Have you seen this on?
No, I have not.
All right, let's see it. Let's see everybody.
Great, because it's hard to find, all this sanitizer stuff. Sanju, next week, I'm hoping you make a tutorial about how to give yourself a haircut, because last night I took a razor and buzzed my head, and I gave myself a giant bald spot over here. I was a 7 and it was a 5, and I don't know. Yeah, so I got all day with my hand.
This is whole staring straight at the camera thing's working out for you.
It's fine straight on. I just have to be seen only this way. As soon as
straight on.
Oh wow, that's pretty.
I hope that goes back, Anderson. I think it will. Not sure, but I think it will.
Of course, I think many of us can relate to what Anderson went through. And there was another story. Pink was also in the news. Did you hear about Pink?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, you heard about Pink. So you already know about that. She sort of had her haircut moment as well. And, being on TV all the time, I think it's interesting because I've seen my friend Alex on Good Day LA. Alex just getting bushier and bushier. And that luckily for those of us who are women, and me especially, since my hair was cut by Uncle Tran, it just grows longer and it still works, right? Because it's longer. However, I think we need to talk about this. This is a serious problem I feel like a lot of people are struggling with the hair right now. And so, but before we get there, because I know all you are here, you want to see what he's going to teach us. But before we get there, talk just really quickly about your new role, because I'm excited to talk about this and actually to see the bottles too, because I saw them in person. They're so pretty and I kind of miss them.
So the new role I have is I'm working with a Japanese company called Melbon, and they are huge product company, huge in Asia, huge in Korea and Japan and China. They're incredible. I love their product, and I love an aesthetic of the Japanese, because whatever they do, they just want to make sure that everything is done very well articulated and very well curated. So therefore, the amount of products that they don't have a lot of products. They only have the essential products that that we as hairdressers need. And they work along with hairdressers really well. So I'm their global creative director. Basically, I help them and collaborate with them with the aesthetic of the overall look of the company, whereas the collection goes, or whereas things goes and stuff like that. And we just did a spring collection with them, and it's out now, and you see on my Instagram and also on their Instagram as well. It's about California living. It's about a lifestyle. It's about the effortless hair. It's about, we're
going to show it to you right now too.
Yeah, you can see the one with the flowers. Everything is a lot about flowers and spring, and it's all about coming together as a brand and me, I guess, an introduction of me, because I'm from California. So that's why our first collection is about California living and California style and the effortlessness of it all. So
And I even see An's picture with long hair. Did you see that? Did you catch that?
Oh my God. I put a wig.
By the way, one of my most favorite videos ever.
I had to show people how to do their hair. So
I've watched that video like 20 times, still not good at it.
It's hard to do your hair. I get it when clients comes in with a burnt on their neck. And I'm like, oh, how did you get that? And they're like, I burnt my neck. I'm like, okay. And now I burn my neck. I'm like, I get it. I get it.
It's that curling iron. It's dangerous, An.
It's so dangerous, and it's easy like that. It's so easy that you just hold it slightly and just like, because your neck has really thin skin. So, and it's, it burns so easily. So I put a wig on for entertainment and just like show people how to curl their hair and stuff like that. But that's my title with Melbourne, and I'm so happy to be with them because they're such a caring company. They really support the professional right now because the salon has been closed and stuff like that. So a lot of times when clients call in to take an online order, and they really don't usually do this, but the clients that calls in, that goes to the certain salon, the products that they buy from, they give the credit back to the salon. So they help the salon, they help the salon owners, stuff like that.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you can actually go to your website and purchase a product, and it'll help your hardworking men and women of your salon, right?
Yeah. They really want to give back to the salon owners because they really understand the professional is the way to the consumer. Because when you have a product that goes directly to consumer, it's so much harder to like really, educate, because we're the educator. We're the one who teach you guys how to do things.
Yes.
But direct, it's just so like, there's so many choices. Like I wouldn't know.
It gets confusing. I mean, all you do is like, perfect example. So, having to do hair now every day because of the coronavirus, I ran out of hairspray, right? So I went on Amazon, found with a whole bunch of reviews, and like, it's just terrible. And
send you a care package. That's silly.
Well, I know. Well, now I know. And then, so this is great because if you spend less on quality products, you're not wasting money. Financial tip right there. But absolutely, I think what I found when having the honor of sitting in your chair is knowing that you don't need that much, right? You just need the proper best products, and then you can continuously use them. So much of it falls down to the cut itself. And obviously, and I love hearing this from you because, as soon as we started going to lockdown, I sent you a text because I was worried about you. I'm like, oh my gosh, what about An? An's like traveling all the time. 6 feet from people. How are you going to cut hair 6 feet away, right? Those people in Georgia, I don't know what they're talking about. But anyway, that's something else. Right. So then I was like, oh my goodness. And then An text me, don't worry, I'm totally good. I've got all this other stuff going on. And it's perfect example of why you always have to have a side hustle. An is not only an amazing stylist, but a global educator. He teaches stylists across the globe how to cut hair, right? And you're like one of the few people that has more frequent flyer miles than I do. You fly everywhere and cut people. And we talked about this before, right? You cut consistently in Dubai, in Japan, in Korea, in Italy, in France, here in Los Angeles, in Arizona, in Washington, Florida, like everywhere.
Yeah.
Miami, right? They have big hair. But you're traveling all the time, and you're going to like every fashion show, like New York, Paris, everything. So it's really fun to hear you, even as someone at your level who certainly has no shortage of demand in terms of business, being smart of thinking, you know what, I should diversify where my income is from, my skill set, my abilities, and most importantly, my brand. And so I think we can learn a lot from you from that. So I'm excited to hear that. And you probably noticed I'm just so excited that we're actually spending time doing video together.
I know. I think the only time that we spend time together is just cutting. And afterwards, you're like, hey, can you go lunch afterwards? I'm like, no, I have to. Clients. I can't wait.
I asked Amanda before. I am asked Amanda during. I am asked Amanda after.
Amanda's my assistant.
Amanda's superwoman too. And cat does happen. We're doing it now. So we're good. Everyone's so excited. They're so happy to meet you. Don't let my hair be an example of what An can do, just so you know today, because No, you know what? Today was a really hot day, and I've been filming all day, and the lights kind of, but today I'm just gonna teach us a little something so we don't Anderson Cooper ourselves. That's the new verb.
Not haircut wise, because I really believe that, okay, maybe I'll give you one or two. I mean, honestly, men, if you have hair over the ears, like the things that you shave with, because I don't really.
I have the one I used from being kids. You want to see it? It's actually really cute.
Perfect.
It has a happy face on it.
Just trim over the ears, but leave everything else, because the minute you go into all this stuff, it's just hard to keep the shape in there. Rather just like keep the hair long and use products to fake it. So basically trim it over the ears and then use like a more harder gel or more wax. Like, I'll give you some example. Like,
yeah, show us some product. We like to talk product.
So this is Melbon. This is their a molding wax. This is great for men's with like my type of hair, or like women have like short pixie haircuts. This is fantastic.
This is good for short hair. Okay, cool.
And then, you can use that stuff to like really pin it down, to like really mold it down so it looks like you got a fresh haircut. So a lot of times when you don't have a fresh haircut, it either makes your face so, wide or and then so a lot of times when you push it down, it really helps to slim your face down. So it looks like you got a fresh haircut. So there's a way that you can cheat upon that.
So,
and then for women,
haircut, Peter, this is called Wet Shine.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Slick your hair back, put a ponytail on, something that's easy to do. You don't have to worry about all these things that, gets into your face. And I'm going to show you guys how to style with a flat iron. So if, another thing is like, don't cut your hair. Don't, like a lot of my clients are like, hey, show us how to cut bangs and stuff like that. I'm like, that can go wrong really easily.
But you can fix those later.
I know.
I told On before we started, I'm like, I'm ready.
I can't fix it.
Yeah, I said On, I'm like, I'm ready with my $2 Target kid scissors. And he's like,
I freaked out. I'm like, I'm walking. I can't. Don't do it. Here's another reason why you should not do that. And the reason why is because when you cut with paper, when scissors are cut with paper, the sharpness is not, the scissors is not as sharp. So when you do cut your ends, you're gonna get more split ends. And I know you're gonna see us later, and that's fine, but it's not, it just creates more split ends. And it becomes a lot more jagged. So you'd rather fake it with styling, how to style your hair and with products than to cut it. Okay. Because Zoom, no one can see how dry your ends are.
That's true.
Right? Or live like this. Like, this is my 3rd live today. I'm just like, I don't know how you do it, Winnie. This is my 3rd live. I'm just like, wow, this is a lot. I'm just a talk person instead of like doing hair. I'm just like, I just talk all the time. But it's fun. I take it like what's going on right now. I just go with it. Just go with it. You make the best out of it. Or I can sit on my couch and mope and like, and look at the, watch the news all day long. I do watch news. I just watch for the important things and everything else I just turn off. But
when you watch news, do you like look at their hair? I'm just curious.
I do, but I don't judge. I used to judge a lot, but now I don't. I'm like, it works for them. Yeah. It just works. There's certain type of career that you need to like, more polished look, and it is what it is, and like you have to look a certain way. So I get it. I love it.
All right. So tell us some tips. All right. So for men, they can kind of shave a little bit on the side, right? And then gel it flat a little bit. That's a great tip.
Yeah, that is a great tip. I'm actually gonna give you guys some doll heads and stuff like that to play with. But as far as men's goes, I think they have it really easy. Just trim over the ears and then put a gel on and just gel it down and just like really sleek it down, and just do that. And then as far as women goes, I need 2 doll heads. Sorry. And then women goes, just have styling. I'll give you guys some styling techniques. I'll give you guys some styling products and stuff like that that you can play with.
Okay,
And
let's see.
I'll show 2 different doll heads.
Okay, let's show on doll heads. Doll heads, like Barbie doll heads?
Lately, I've been doll heads just because I feel like even touching doll heads, I feel a little more safer just because, you know, they don't have corona or anything like that, and you don't have to wear a mask. Yeah, I think, you know, if you don't get your hands accustomed to doing things, it's almost like, you know, exercising. It's like,
I need to find a doll head. I don't have a doll head, but I'm gonna find one. All right.
But you can do it yourself. I have a long hair doll head. You can do it.
So you take a look at the video. We've got some really great videos on. He has a lot. One of like there's so many good videos. One of my favorite ones is the Refinery 29 video. So if you're gonna watch, definitely check that one out.
Oh my God, that's so funny. That was one of my first wig video. It's hilarious. It's so funny. But
tell us a fun thing about your wig, because you told me this in the beginning. Your wig is special. It's not just a wig, right?
It's really special. It's a kosher wig.
It's a kosher wig.
So
I didn't even know what a kosher wig was, but I think it's a great thing.
So let me explain to you. I actually been watching a lot of Netflix things on.
Oh, you too, huh?
Yeah. Oh my God. This is how this is how I travel. I watch Discovery Channel about or Travel Channel about you know, places, and that's how I travel in my head with the TV. So a kosher wig is basically a wig that is blessed by a rabbi, and in the Orthodox and Hasidic Jews, they are blessed, and they have to be blessed to wear the wig on because the women.
People are loving this.
Yeah, and then that's, you know, my wig is blessed, so I love that. It's really, really, really cool. So
that is really cool.
Yeah, I know, and it's amazing wig. And you know, wigs are not the most cheapest thing. A nice wig will cost you around like $4,000, $3,000. Oh yeah.
Oh, that would make life really easy, though. I mean, like literally in the morning, like, oh, TV time.
It's so hot though. I wore that for half an hour. I'm like, so hot. I can't wait to take it off. But, yeah, it's incredible. It's so incredible.
So all right, let's see your doll head. Are you gonna tell us a doll head? Huh?
You ready for some tutorials?
We're so ready on. Look at everyone. They're like,
not to do it yourself. I feel like a flat iron. A lot of people do have it. You know, this is my new toy.
We see you.
Oh, there, man.
She's like,
oh, I'm glad you have her because I can't operate myself. She's amazing. So this is a new toy from Dyson. It's a
Dyson makes a flat iron.
It's a cordless flat iron, and it's fantastic because
I know what I want for Christmas now.
Yeah, right. Hey, honey. And it's, you know, another thing that I really like about this thing, because I do travel so much.
You do.
This is lithium battery operated. So there's there. And a lot of times we go into TSA like, hey, do you have anything in your suitcase that's lithium? And you're like, no, of course not. And they look at this, they're like, yeah, you do. So they even think about this so far enough that you see this little airplane thing.
Mm-hmm.
So when you pull it out, the battery.
That's great.
So you can travel with it and then don't have to worry about lithium battery in your suitcase. So it's really cool. And I think that's one of the best things. I'm just like, what? Because I travel a lot. And, you know, so, I don't know, little things that makes me happy. So, all right, I want to bring in my first doll head, okay?
Okay, bring your doll head.
Yay. So, you know, these doll heads are gorgeous, and I think they're...
But is it Barbie? I mean, I'm hoping it's Barbie right now.
Barbie? No, they're not Barbie. They are...
Are they faux Barbie?
They're faux Barbie.
Oh, wow, you have fancy doll heads.
Oh, yeah. These are the things that we train with, especially when...
Oh, okay, well, that makes sense. Because
when in class, we train with all these doll heads because they're real hair, they're human hair,
Mm-hmm.
They're incredible, and they cut really well, and they have a lot of good you can color it and do all these things to it. So it's really, really awesome. Let me just position her. She is like,
What's her name? Does she have a name?
she has a name. Her name is Vanessa.
Hi,
And
Vanessa. Nice to meet you.
the haircut is really, I actually show people how to cut bangs for hairdressers, not for you guys, because it's hard, and I highly recommend you guys don't do it. But maybe I don't know, maybe someone can convince me with that. But this is Vanessa. So one thing is very important with the flat iron is that when you do have this, make sure you turn it on. And I usually keep it at, don't keep it at such a high temperature, because one thing you want to do is like, don't burn your hair,
Okay, so that's a great question, because I always wonder, we have these curling irons and whatnot, and there's different numbers, and you never know what to set it on.
Yeah, I just be careful not to go too high with the.
So like medium, like where should we? Most people, like I think most of them go to like 400, 450. Like where should most people be at?
325.
325. I'm writing all this down.
350. I mean, I'm a little bit faster, but this is at 365, okay. And I don't go too quick with it. I mean, I don't go too slow with it. So that's why I keep it at this temperature. Mm-hmm. It's hard for you guys to do at home to be so fast with it. So I would say keep it at 300 the most, or
300 at most. Okay, 300 at most. Well, I mean, you guys are like ninja style, because usually you go see On. There's like once the cut is done, he's got like 3 styling ninjas on your head. Like literally, they get your hair done in 5 minutes. And then it's like perfection. And then man is like, take a look, and then you're turning like, whoa.
It's really funny. I always thought about it as it like those IndyCar racers that.
Yes, it is like that.
What's it called? They're like, and they have these things that go.
The pit.
It's just like.
Right? What's that called? You guys know. It's called the pit, right? When you pull over and they change your tire, and then you get back on the road.
It's incredible.
That's exactly how it is. In fact,
I like to be efficient, because I understand everyone has a certain amount of time that they can spend. They have to pick up the kids, or they have to like.
It's not that hard. It's because you got 10 people in line outside waiting for you. That's why.
It's having 3 assistants really helps. So I have to say I am so blessed for them. I love them, and without a good team, I am not where I'm at.
So, I think they love you too, because I talk to them. Just so you know.
I mean, I really appreciate them so much. Without a team, you gotta be thankful for your team. Without a team, you're not. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Curtis, you're here with us. You're the best, Curtis. Man and Curtis are here with us. They're just amazing. He's not here with me. He's in his house, but he's able to be here on live stream because the magic of software.
So before you curl your hair and stuff like that, make sure you brush it out really well. I use like a wide paddle brush, something like this, because these needles bend. So you don't want anything that's too hard. It will damage your hair or hurt your hair. So
you're asking for a brand. What brand is that?
These brand is called Ibiza. And I like these a lot because I'll show you guys. There you go. Again, I like to buy, I like to invest in good things because this is made of wood. It's the whole piece is made of wood. So you're going to have this for a very long time. And it's not, it's not the cheap one. So the thing about the cheap one is like when you buy it and you break it, you end up throwing it away and it goes into the landfill. So I'm really conscious about that stuff just because the beauty industry, we pollute so much that if I can,
everyone's loving that. That's so
true. I think it's not an option anymore. It's like you have to. If you're not being responsible. So it's very important. That's why I don't mind investing in really good tools like Dyson's great tools. Melbourne has great products. Like you want to invest in something good that you will have for a while. Like back in the olden days when the clothes remember when our parents had clothes? They'll last forever.
Lasts
Now
forever.
we have clothes and you have to throw them away and it goes in the landfill. So
It's so true. And I will have to say that that Mill Bond product, oh, it smells so good. I mean, it's too bad you guys can't smell it, but I've been sprayed it before. It smells really, really good.
well, we're gonna send you a care package.
I guess he doesn't want me to do the Amazon hairspray that didn't work anymore.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything.
It got like 12,000 reviews, but obviously, see, that's the thing about these things. You can't trust it always. 12,000 perfect 5-star reviews, but you know, at the end of the day, you gotta trust a professional. So you gotta go, whatever On says is what I would do with my hair for sure.
Yeah, because I can't go to my doctor and be like, hey, I saw these,
Yeah, cut my ulcer right now.
I saw these headache medication on, whatever. And then,
WebMD.
what do you think about this? He'd be like, no, did I?
Yeah, you need to leave.
I'm like, no, but it says it will work on headaches.
Yeah, I think I can solve my coronavirus right now.
Yeah, I prefer
I'm
to
sorry.
have like a person who is like a professional to deal with things like that. So this thing is cordless. That's why I like it, because there's no cords in the way and it's super rad. And the reason why they came up with this, because a lot of times the flat irons are flat. So anytime when you flat iron your hair, a lot of the hair got pushed off to the side. Okay? So it's called corral because all these little breaks in here actually hugs the hair. So it doesn't pushes the hair out. So it's really, really dope. It's an amazing technology. It's
you know what's really cool about that On is because when I think of like wireless or cordless, I would think that there's not enough electricity to power it for something like hair, but that's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, this lasts for 30 minutes,
Okay.
and then you have to you can either plug it in here. There's a little a magnet charger that charges into the wire, or you can put it back on the stand. So it's
Very
really
cool.
fantastic.
All right, let's see you curl his hair.
All right, let's see okay.
Let's see if
So
you can do this.
it's very important. Like when you do curl, you want to make sure that you don't be greedy and take too much of a section. So my section maybe about this much. If you were to do it yourself, it's probably about like the size of this.
Got it.
So you want to make sure that you go in and you start close to the roots, and then.
And notice it's upside down.
Yeah, I tend to do upside down because it's easier to run the iron upside down like this, because it's hard to do this, because when you do this, you have to it feeds into here. So when you go upside down, it goes all the way down. It's so much easier.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. But see, you don't have long hair. So like when Amanda uses it on herself, does she do it upside down too, or does she go right side up?
She does upside down.
She does upside down too?
Yeah, on this way. So you always have to make sure that you go this way and then this way.
Got it.
I know sometimes it get a little bit tiring. Then do the front first. I always do the front first. I always tell my clients do the front first, because once you get tired from the back, just worry about the top part and the bottom part. Just make sure that you do it, pretty decent, but not the best, because no one's gonna look at this part of the hair. People want to make sure that the top is good and the bottom's good, and then everything else in the middle is if it looks passable, it's fine. But the front, that's the first thing that people look at. So.
They do, yeah. Especially those who are, working from home like I am. Only the front matters, right? We're not turning our heads on TV.
Which is
I know you guys are on Zoom all the time too, because a lot of you guys are telling me you're on Zoom, you're on FaceTime with your family. So just focus on the front. That's great. That saves us time too. I like that.
You see this better? Yeah. I mean, look at Anderson Cooper. I'm glad he did the sides instead of the top. So when you turn around, you see a big old hole. But when you look in the front, it looks fine. It looks fine. And hair will grow. The thing about hair is at the end of the day, it will grow. It'll
come back. Yeah. Yeah. And then afterwards, you can make an appointment. By the way, just so you know, while he's styling here, I'm going to tell you, I actually looked on On's website yesterday, because I'm just I wonder, because it's not that easy to get an appointment on. So just so you know, you could actually make an appointment now for October. So hopefully by October,
October. I want to work now. I know.
Your website says October, Mister.
October?
Yes, your website says that your first booking is in October.
Oh my God! Wow.
Your team must know something you don't know.
Well, I actually was on live with because I do live consultation on my Instagram website. Oh,
Yeah.
not website. Instagram on live, and so I have like clients or new clients or people who are curious about like doing whatever haircut they do, and I give live consultation.
Right.
And along with it, I give out Melbourne products for them. And I have one of my clients. She's like, I booked with you in May in Miami. I hope we can still make it. I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think so. But she's like, whatever it is, I'll make sure I'll stand in line for it. I'm like, it's so
Tell her October. She should book October.
What did it do?
Your calendar.
Wow. Okay. I'll find something to do.
I'm telling you, like all you need to do is set up some AR system so that there's a robot that comes to us and you're like, what do? A remote control, right? You should come up with that on like where you send the robot to us and then you like with your cursor.
That would be amazing. I would love.
Yeah, some of you watching, they're like, some of them say this is a great idea. Thank you guys for agreeing with me. I appreciate that.
And there's a lot more tips. I mean, this is just one. We don't have all time for everything, but like,
yeah, you get the point. We know your business. This is fine on. You say it, and actually, the whole video for this, not the Dyson though. I know what my husband's getting me for Christmas. I'll buy it, and I'll post it on it from him. But the Dyson, this thing is pretty awesome. I didn't know that a cordless straightener could make such cool curls.
Yeah, it's just like being consistent. Like we have to like educate you guys on it. So therefore, you guys know how to do it. Like you have to like you have to go slowly. You have to go consistently. So you can't go super fast. Or you can't go super slow. So whatever.
Borrow some of your team.
You what?
We just want to borrow some of your team.
Yeah, that would be nice. That they can just come to you guys and get it done. Incredible.
Again, I just think you should create some on robots. I mean, really on. Maybe a business to look at if we have to stay hunkered down for any longer. But yeah, that is amazing. Look at that. Look at the difference between. Look at Vanessa's looking really hot on one side right now, and the other side, well, that looks like my hair. So I'm actually really inspired. Are you guys inspired? Just for that, I think I'm going to do an early Christmas gift for myself, and I'm going to try this on.
Thank you. And then I'll FaceTime me, and we can do it together. That'll be awesome.
Well, I actually was lucky enough to get video from you after 4 or 5 years. So I would love to FaceTime with you, but I'm guessing that I might not be able to FaceTime with you for another 10 years. You're so busy. So on that note, while you are stuck at home, did you hear that, Amanda? I'm going to get a FaceTime with them. We're going to do it. I love it. Thank you so much, my friend. Everybody is loving this, and I hope this was helpful for all of you at home. Certainly, I love this because this is what I would call Uncle Tran hair hacks. Not quite cutting, not quite trimming, but looking fabulous by faking it until you can make it. Yeah, fake it till you make it. Yeah, fake it till you make it. And look at that. Look at that.
Fake it till you make it to the salon.
Yes. But now you know why I talk. You guys have probably seen me post about him and talk about him. Now you know why I just love him so much. He's not only an incredible stylist, but I mean, talk about the most humble, sweet guy. And and tell people how long you've been cutting hair, because no one's going to believe you when you tell them. You laugh all the time.
I've been cutting hair. I've been doing hair about almost 20 years.
See? Yes.
I
know, right? Yeah, exactly. They don't believe it. Yes, he started when he was about 2. Child prodigy, Mom gave him a pair of scissors like this. That's how it all started. And then, yeah, amazing, On. Amazing. I will tell you, Rebecca's bummed. You didn't teach her how to do her bangs, but that's okay because we can
have me on again. I can do her bangs later.
Well, yeah, well, we're gonna have to do that now that we know that you are stuck at home and you can't escape us for doing video.
Until October.
October. Well, thank you so much, On, for your time. So appreciate you in Los Angeles. I am so incredibly grateful. And I am inspired because tomorrow I'm going to do my hair better. Yeah.
I'm watching. I'm just kidding. No pressure.
I don't have the thinking unless Dyson can overnight it. Does the Uber Eats deliver Dysons? But thank you so much, On. You are absolutely incredible. Adore you. I miss you. And most important, thank you for cutting my hair because I've never had a haircut where the longer it grows, it continues to do really well. And right now is a bad indication because the heat from the lights is melting myself because I didn't use good hairspray. But I will tell you, when I went on CNBC and whatnot, people told me I'm actually known for my hair. And I was like,
whoa.
I know. I was like, because it's Uncle Tran. I've done so many projects, satellite media tours, and good. They are like, you have such great. CNBC told me you have such great hair, and I was like,
wow.
The hair's.
Hey, can I give you a trick? So let's say that if you're in the light all the time, exactly, your hair gets so flat or so heavy.
Yes.
Flip your head over and then massage it.
Massage it.
Flip it over and massage it, and then spray some texture spray into it.
Yes.
And then brush it out again with one of these. And
I'm getting one of those too.
And it helps to like bring back your follicles and makes it more fuller. So
thank you. I'm gonna try that.
Picking it up. That's it.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna definitely do that. I mean, like, these are all amazing tips. Thank you so much, my friend. I know he's amazing, right? I told you. And thank you so much for all my friends for tuning in and joining us today for our live stream for the day. Once again, I will say thank you. And again, always sharing is caring. I see many of you sharing the streams on your social channels. Appreciate you so much for doing that. We're going to wrap it up into video, put in YouTube, do all that good stuff. But tomorrow, you're going to want to join us again because tomorrow we're going to come, I believe, at 1:30. No, I apologize. I think it's a little bit later in the day. Check for the promo images. It's going to come out later today. Tomorrow, I'm going to interview the one and only legendary Soledad O'Brien. Many of you know her from all over the news, award-winning journalist. She'll be joining me tomorrow, and we're going to be talking about all things Corona, business, politics, all the things you're seeing in the news, and most importantly, what she's doing today. So, you're definitely going to want to join us tomorrow. But more importantly, give me a big hand and round of applause for the one and only Uncle Tran. He is absolutely spectacular. Many of you already follow him on Instagram and whatnot, but why don't give him some Twitter, Facebook, and whatnot love. But most importantly, on how can people keep in touch and learn more about sort of you now and also your next chapters ahead of you?
Instagram is the best thing that I update consistently all the time because it's such a visual thing for us, and then we're hairdressers, so everything's so visual. And I post and I update everything on Instagram all the time. So follow me on Instagram. I think it'll be the best thing that you guys can keep update on. So thank you.
And the really fun thing is, On actually responds to all his social posts himself. So if you reach out to him, he'll respond to you.
Thank you. I try because I really want to keep that engagement. So it's important,
Love it. All right. Well, go and take care of your A-list client. I'm sure you're going to have to do more videos for the rest of the day.
My dog.
Yeah. And thank you, Vanessa, for volunteering your time. And also a quick thank you to Amanda for helping us put together this and the rest of your team as well. Thank you, On.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye. Much love. Be safe and healthy.